James 1:8. In the library, Loeb can't decide whether to sit on the hat on the ottoman or on the floor. So what he does in his indecision is he puts the hat on the floor and sits on the ottoman with his feet on the hat. When Libby comes in and sees this, she laughs and calls him a double-minded man because he can't decide. When he explains that he's been sitting on his hat in various places all over the house, she tells him that she didn't know he practiced such unstable ways of doing things. And then just as she says unstable, Loeb falls off the ottoman as if to prove the point. James 1:9. Loeb sits on the hat in Libby's room. Libby raises one eyebrow and asks why he's down on the floor like that. Why are you sitting in such a lowly position, brother? He boasts that sitting on his hat down here will lead to exaltation in the end. James 1:10. In the theater, a movie is playing of Loeb sitting on a wealthy-looking hat. But Loeb is sitting on it in embarrassment because the flower that ornaments the hat is dying, and Loeb would just as soon hide in the tall grass surrounding him in the movie. James 1:11. This one has two parts. First, coming out of the dark theater, Loeb starts to worry about the bright lights that shine on the staircase. He wonders if the light might harm the hat the way that the hot sun harms plants, for the sun rises with scorching heat and withers the grass. As he tries to shade the hat, he notices the pictures on the wall and worries about them too. If light can make flowers fall, maybe it also can make these pictures fade. He doesn't want their beauty to perish. Second, Loeb looks around the house and realizes that maybe this bright light will cause everything that's nice in the house to fade. He says to himself, I'm relatively wealthy with this house, but I should take care of my things instead of neglecting to take care of the things that I have as I go about my pursuits. I'll make sure not to turn the lights up too high out here anymore. James 1:13. Loeb sits on the hat on the office desk. Libby comes in and says that he shouldn't be up there because he might knock over the computer. Loeb says, I know I'm not supposed to be on the desk. I'm just doing it as part of this hat-sitting challenge. Libby scolds him for this excuse. She says, that's not right. You can't justify doing something wrong by saying it's for a good reason. No one should ever say he was tempted to do mischief because of something good. Think about it. God can't be tempted by evil, and of course he tempts no one to misbehave. You have nobody to blame but yourself. Loeb confesses that Libby is right and gets off the desk. James 1:14. Now Loeb is strongly tempted to sit on top of the piano. He sits on the floor instead, knowing he shouldn't get on top of the piano except in an emergency, but he still really feels like climbing on it because the piano looks like such a beautiful thing to sit on. He says to himself, I'm not the only one who's tempted like this. Each of us is tempted when he's lured by nice things and enticed by his own desire. Loeb's desire for the piano continues to grow, so to avoid the temptation, he tries to get out of the hall.